Hi there. A lot of big news has been coming out in the past 24 hours for the Game of Thrones prequel TV series House of the Dragon. I don't know if they stacked it this way on purpose to make sure it has maximum exposure or what. It started with when HBO made a big official public casting announcement that we've cast King Viserys Targaryen. And this has been going around a couple of news sites. On top of that, they announced a new writer who was one of the staff writers on Orange is the New Black, which is great. She's nice. And something else just happened for what I consider one of the reliable production news sites, Redanian Intelligence, which is a fan site for Netflix's The Witcher, but they cover other shows in their foreign affairs subsection for other big fantasy shows. If you follow my channel, you've heard me refer to them many times before. They're the people that confirmed the leaks for that, yes, there are casting sheets going out for Rhaenyra and Alicent and Daemon. Just earlier today, I'm recording this after midnight, but October 5th, they got news about the actual filming date and location of shooting for House of the Dragon. That they were going through some paperwork databases, and while this hasn't been 100% confirmed, it seems that filming has been moved up from early 2021 to it's listed as late 2020. That doesn't necessarily mean they're filming a lot in late 2020. Maybe it's just location shooting or the timing on pre-production for building the sets, but it was listed as filming in 2020. That might mean December, of course. Might just be when they start filming, it might just be early stuff. I'm not entirely sure about that, and frankly, we'll hear when it happens. What excited me a lot more than the date was the location. That if you've been following my channel, and please tell me if you're one of the people who actually watched the earlier videos I've been doing on this the past year, since last spring there was the whole question of where is their main filming location hub going to move when they had to move out of Northern Ireland, they had to move out of Belfast, because HBO stupidly doubled down on the Long Night prequel, and even when Titanic was warning them, if this pilot fails, we cannot afford to take a year off, we will sign on other renters for our space, you will have to find a new location hub. Make more than one pilot, don't double down on that. They did it anyway. It's HBO's own fault they left it. It wasn't due to Brexit, it was due to poor planning by HBO. They had to leave Northern Ireland, which has been the home of this franchise for 10 years. So I said the big question was where would they move, and I said some people thought, well, maybe it'll be America or Australia. No, it has to be somewhere in Europe because it has to be close enough to like Roman ruins and medieval ruins they can't replicate. And they're only losing their cold weather filming location. That there isn't a White Walker storyline at the Wall in House of the Dragon, so you don't need to see the Wall again, you only need to see Winterfell briefly, but you need something to stand in for the temperate middle regions of Westeros, and maybe for the south a bit. That they didn't lose their filming locations in Spain or Croatia when they lost Northern Ireland, so I said because they're probably still going to be using Spain and Croatia, it'll be somewhere in Europe. And at the other big issue was it had outgrown the size of Titanic. They just cobbled that together. So I made this chart showing when they announce a new location, it'll be one of the top dozen or so filming studios in Europe. Has to be in Europe, and it's like the hunt for a nuclear enrichment reactor or something. When they say, this nuclear enrichment site is inherently so big that you would see it in spy photos or the construction of it underground, that it's not something you can fit on a train car and move around. It's too big to hide easily. Same thing, that they would need a massive studio space to do this, which narrows it down to the top 10. And I said there were some thoughts that maybe they'll film in Southern Ireland, maybe they'll move to this location in Italy, but the one I suggested as one of the major contenders was Leavesden, which is the main filming hub, this new giant state-of-the-art filming hub that they built in England. And what was encouraging this the last time we had a report was their official announcement on House of the Dragon said it will be filming in the UK and Spain, was how they phrased it in their official press release. So we thought, well, wow, where could they be filming in the UK? And, Republic of Ireland isn't UK, and they're not doing Northern Ireland. That really strongly indicates Leavesden. It's the only other big UK one. And according to this paperwork that Redanian Intelligence found, that is where the filming hub is moving. To Leavesden, which is like north of London, in the UK. So, if you live around Leavesden and you want to be a spy photo person for us, please mention this in the comments, that we're racing around to get news. This is all on the ground. I made this video unscripted. I'm sorry. I didn't want this to get lost in the shuffle that Redanian Intelligence stumbled on something that they think they found where the new filming hub is going to be. Leavesden. And if you go through my other earlier videos on this, that was one of the top candidates. This doesn't necessarily rule out that they will never film in the Republic of Ireland, location scouts being what they are. They kept expanding to new countries every year. It's possible they'll do some filming in other places, but you have to have one central hub where you keep all of your big internal sets, like the Iron Throne Room, or the Winterfell Main Hall, or the Dragonstone interiors. The big studio where you keep all your stuff. So it seems that they will be doing that, and that leads to the question of, well, would they be doing... That's an interior, it's a storage space. Would they be doing exterior filming in England at all, or would that all be done in Spain? Because quite a bit of, Season 7 was things in the middle of Westeros they filmed actually in Spain, because they said Spain has actually really diverse topography. If you go to the north of the country, you can stand in pretty much anything. So this is breaking news. I didn't want this to get lost in the shuffle, because I was afraid that with all the casting news coming out, we have been tracking the search for the second foundation, It's the search for where is this filming hub going to move? And that seems to be the biggest candidate. And they seem to have just confirmed this. Check back in a couple of days. I'm going to try and get more info on this. This is breaking and just coming out now. And again, tell me in the comments if you live near here.